Hello everybody, my name is Nisha Byanjankar. I graduated from Nepal Academy of Tourism and Hotel Management, and I've recently been awarded with the Pritam Chitrakar Puraskar by the Prime Minister at the 47th convocation of Tribhuvan University. Before I answer this question, I would just like to address this one thing, that I am very well aware of the fact that just good academics does not take one to better places in life. However, having said that, I also feel like I speak for a lot of people when I say that, whatever it is that we want to do in our lives, we ultimately want to make our parents proud. And I feel like it's in moments like these, when you achieve something so huge academically, especially when you come from a humble background, you get to see this flare and pride in your parents' eyes, which I always say that, it is so bright that it is even brighter than the brightest star in the darkest night. And that is what I always want to see and strive for. And so being the topper, just gave me an opportunity to do just that. Apart from it, it is also a constant reminder for myself that, with hard work and dedication, you can set out to achieve anything that you wish to do in life. It isn't every day that you get to see your name being published in newspapers. So honestly, it felt very rewarding to kind of experience this feeling of my hard work being finally paid off. I might have shed a few tears of happiness here and there, but I'm really thankful that I got to live this moment. And to answer the question if I was expecting it, it is yes and no. I did pretty well throughout all semesters in my college, but I was not sure if I'd done enough to excel the whole university. But thankfully I did, and I couldn't be more happier. So I would say the 5 words that describe me is patient, a quick learner, empathetic, spiritual, that's 4, funny. One of the things that I really enjoy is baking. It is something that I discovered when I was going through a really rough time in my life, and every day after college I just couldn't wait to get home and try out all these different recipes. The whole process from start to finish is like a therapy for me, and I just feel like the whole world is on mute and it's just me and my safe space. Plus the happiness and joy that you get to see in your loved ones' faces after they try one of your desserts, it's just something else. Apart from that, I really love reading. I guess you could say that I'm obsessed with books. I just feel like reading gives you some place to go even when you have to stay where you are. So yeah. Talking about my background, I was a very average kid throughout my school life. Didn't really enjoy it, to be honest, and even in my SLC I missed distinction with just 1 marks, which was a huge deal for me at that moment of time. And I remember going for an interview to get admissions in a science faculty, and this interviewer bluntly just told my dad that I would have to take tuition classes from day 1 if I wanted to get through and pass the exams, because apparently I did not fit into the category of the students that they were looking for. And it really broke my heart. I remember looking at my dad with tears in my eyes, but thanks to that humiliation and embarrassment that I felt at that moment, it just ignited a spark within me to strive for academic excellence in the years to come. And fast forward to the recent convocation ceremony when my name was being announced as a university topper. I glanced over to my dad before going onto the stage, and this time around there were tears of joy. And at that moment, I felt like everything came to a full circle and why things had to happen the way they did. One of my biggest strengths, I think, is my enthusiasm. Whatever it is that I, put my mind into, I just do it with all my heart and soul and try to do it to the best of my ability. I tend to be quite hard on myself sometimes. I don't know if you could count that as a weakness, but I have this constant need to always try to be better and improve. I am very well aware of the fact that, it is not healthy to not give yourself a break. I do realize it, and I'm working on it, by constantly reminding myself that as long as you're alive and breathing, things won't always 100% go according to your plan. Nobody is winning constantly in life, and I think it's just a matter of reminding yourself that over and over again. I feel like I was this horse with blinkers in college because I had this one set goal and I just went after it. And sometimes when I think about it, I feel like I forgot to have fun along the way. There are absolutely no regrets whatsoever, but because I learned so much during those 4 years. But if there was any chance that I could go back and tell that girl, something, I would just tell her to loosen up a bit and have fun being young. I would say dealing with the expectations of people around was quite hard for me. Especially because when you feel like you've been this average kid throughout most of your life, and suddenly you start performing well in college, and now everybody starts seeing you in a different light, and it's just natural for you to keep on wanting to maintain that. And also because I was scared that I was going to go back into feeling like I was not good enough. It sometimes took a toll on me, but then again, no matter how much you look for solutions to your problems outside, if everything eventually just comes back to you, right? So I just had to over time I just taught myself to not take myself so seriously and loosen up a bit, because we're just humans at the end of the day, and we're bound to make mistakes and mess up here and there every now and then, and it's just completely normal. As I said earlier, I was a very shy and an introverted kid when I was growing up, even up till my college. And I remember, but fortunately, when I was in my college, the BHM building was right in front of ours. And every day when I used to go to college, I used to see these beautiful, confident women who were so groomed from head to toe. And I could instantly tell that there was something different about them. I could easily spot them, from a far distance, and somewhere I saw that possibility for myself also. So that was the initial thing that gravitated me towards it. But when I started to look deeper into the course, I found out that there was this 1 year of international industry exposure, which was a huge plus for me because I was looking to get into something that was way outside of my comfort zone. And I felt that, this was the perfect calling, and I just went for it. How has it changed me? I think it has changed me inside out. I was this naive, shy girl who was so intimidated by people. Her heart would pound if she had to speak something in front of the whole class. And today I'm giving this interview, and weirdly, just the fact that I feel so comfortable, I think it says a lot about the kind of journey I've had. It has really given me an opportunity, to completely transform myself, and I'm just really grateful for that. I feel like there is still this misconception in our country to this day that hotel management is all about that kitchen life. And even I have had so many instances, where people have just assumed that I wanted to become a chef. Not that there is anything wrong in that, but I just feel like it is just so much more. I think by choosing to join this major, you're opening doors to a world of opportunities, as you'll have an incredible platform to just work on your entire personality development, your core foundation, your values, who you are as a person. If you utilize the opportunities that are presented to you along the way, I can guarantee that at the end of it you will just come out as a force to be reckoned with. So I would just suggest that whoever wants to join this course, come with an open heart, the desire to learn and be better, and I'm sure you will discover a new side of you. As for now, the biggest priority in my life is my well-being. I know it might sound very cliche, but after a lot of reflection, it has really hit me that if you're not feeling your absolute best, both mentally and physically, there isn't a point in anything else, so I would say it's my well-being. As for my future plans, I'm somebody who, rather than having a set plan or an ambition that I want to go after for the next 5-10 years, whenever it is time for me to make a decision, I've always followed this one thing throughout most of my life. It's to ask myself, what is the next right move? Because we are surrounded by so many choices, and I feel like it is very important to recognize and take an opportunity that just feels right to you at that moment and just give it your best. I think it is the way to go forward for me personally. And honestly speaking, I am really excited to see what the future holds for me. I feel like success to me is all about, getting to that point in your life when you are at peace with yourself, to be able to just enjoy every single moment, be present, be grateful, and just get a good night's sleep at night. I think that is what success means to me. Before I get into, how I personally deal with failure, I feel like it is very important to know why certain failures hits you so hard. I have had a fair share of my failures, and looking back at them, I realized that they hit me like a rock at that moment of time because, I tied my entire identity to this one thing. So automatically, when it didn't work out, I felt like the whole world came crashing down on me. But as we go along life, we shouldn't let this one thing like a job or a title define us, so that when it does not go according to our plans or it's taken away from us, there is so much more that that we actually are. I really hope that this is making sense, because this mindset is something that has really helped me look at failure in a different perspective. I feel like this is very bio-individual, because I don't think there is anybody in this world that can give you a one-size-fits-all study technique or an approach. However, having said that, in my opinion, you just first need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, when your maximum productive time is during the day. And once you figure that out, just being consistent with your notes, having a set study time every single day, and just keeping an updated schedule might help. And most importantly, if you want to do really well academically, the one advice that I can give you is to always remember that your preparation for your exam does not start the moment your routine comes out. It starts the moment you take that first class in your first semester, and then just be consistent from there. Well, I think this is going to be different for everybody, but what works for me is knowing that what it is that I actually want. So I'll give you an example. Right after graduating, I took on a job just for the sake of it, for letting the world know that I was up to something. But deep down, I always wanted to take a gap year. You know, after all those years of studying and just being focused on one thing, I really wanted to take some time out for myself to figure out what it is that I really actually want. And I eventually went ahead and did it. And to say that I felt pressurized and distracted during that year would be an understatement, because, you know, for the whole world, I was not up to anything, quote unquote. I was wasting my time, but knowing that it is what I needed for myself, regardless of what anybody else thought or said, it really helped me keep on being grounded. I feel like the main reason why I was able to achieve what I did was mainly because of the environment at home. I feel like it is so very important to have this supportive environment, you know, and I would have to give it up for my family for being so supportive throughout. And also the teachers that I've been blessed with throughout this whole process it has played a huge part in this. I mean, like, I'm so thankful that I can still call some of them up and ask for guidance any given day, and just knowing that they would be there for me, it's a very assuring feeling. Plus, everybody that I've crossed paths with along this journey, however, you know, some of them hasn't been the most blissful, but I think it has led me here. I believe everybody in this, you know, world has somebody that they look up to as a hero or a role model, you know. And as for me, it kind of like keeps on changing depending upon the phase of life and the state of mind that I'm in. Currently, I would have to say it's David Goggins. I've recently finished his book called Can't Hurt Me, and it has really helped me, you know, to like shift my perspective on a lot of different things. So I would say, if you're somebody who is at that point in their lives where you feel like, you know, you don't have any drive or motivation, I would highly recommend you to give it a read. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. So to everybody listening or watching, I would just like to remind you that, you know, everything is just always working out for your highest good, and you're always in the right place at the right time. And also, this is just a reminder for myself also to, you know, it's okay to absolutely slow down, take things like, you know, one day at a time. You don't always have to be in the get-go, you know, every single day. And just be happy, be grateful, live in the present moment, and good luck.